Hey guys, welcome back to the KLC's Fanbase. It's me, Joey, and today I'm going to go over my top 5 standalone books. So it's not books in a series, it's just regular books. This list is not, I know I said top 5, and I did a top 5 for my other video, but this is just going to be, there's no order, it's no particular order. I'll just get to it. The first book that I'm going to talk about is called Contagion. It's by Aaron Bowman. And this book is kind of sci-fi, but it has adventure and, yeah, it's basically sci-fi. It's a new book. All these are fairly new, like the past year or so. I'm just going to read the back. It got in us. After receiving an urgent SOS from a work detail on a distant planet, a skeleton crew is dispatched to perform a standard search and rescue mission. Most are dead. But when the crew arrives, they find an abandoned site littered with rotten food, discarded weapons, and dead bodies. Don't set foot here again. As they try to piece together who or what could have decimated an entire operation, they realize that some things are best left buried, are only too ready to awaken. So this book, it's middle. It's like a balance between middle grade and YA. There's not much violence. It's a really good book. It's not that thick. It's only like 350 pages, and it's a very good read. Now, I know I said this is standalone books, but when I read this book first, there was no book 2. And then, like, a couple months after I read it, they announced the book 2. So I'm just going to keep it in here as a standalone book, guys, because it's fine anyway. Okay, so now on to book 2. This book, it's called All Our Wrong Todays by Elan Mastai. I think I'm saying that right. Well, I don't think I'm saying that right. This book, it also is sci-fi, but it's like kind of real life book. So this is definitely way more for YA readers. So I'll read the back. I'll read the inside cover. There's no such thing as the life you're supposed to have. Tom Barron lives in 2016 that people in the 1950s imagined we would have. A version of our world where technology has solved all of humanity's problems. Yet Tom can't seem to find his place in his perfect utopia and feels like a constant disappointment to his brilliant but distant father. When the girl of his dreams turned his life upside down, Tom does what you do when you're heartbroken and have a time machine. Something stupid. He finds himself stranded in what seems to be a terrible dystopian alternate reality will be immediately recognized as our 2016. The all too familiar real world. Tom is desperate to fix his mistake and return to 2016 he knows with its moving sidewalks and flying cars, until he discovers wonderfully unexpected versions of his family, his career, and the woman who might just be the love of his life. Caught between his sense of responsibility to the utopian world and the unpredictable surprises of our complex, messy reality, Tom faces an impossible choice. His search for the answer takes him across continents and timelines in a quest to figure out finally who he really is and what his future, our future, is supposed to be. So this book, there's no violence, but it's kind of the other kind of YA. You know what I mean? It's kind of deep for a YA book. And again, it's not that thick. It's only about 300 something pages, 321, just like the other book almost. And this book is really good. I got it sent in the mail from like a YA book service. That's why it has this little dot on it. There's another book that also came from that, and I really like that. They gave me a lot of good books, so this was one of them. And let's go on to the next one. So this book is called Waste of Space by Gina D'Amico. This book, it's not to be confused with the Stuart Gibbs Waste of Space, but it is about space. But yeah. So this book, it's real life kinda, but there is a bit of sci-fi nearing the end. It's hard to explain, and I'll just read the back. Cram teens into a spaceship and blast off. That's the premise for out-of-this-world reality show Waste of Space. Cast members are volatile, over the top, ready to fall to pieces at the drop of a space helmet, and have no idea what the whole show is fake. Hidden in a desert warehouse, their spaceship replica is equipped with a state-of-the-art special effects streamed by a shady television network and some equally shady scientists. It's a hit, Ratings are through the roof as millions of people tune in, and then everything goes wrong when all the communication with the cast is severed. No one can tell what's real and what's fake. Instability and paranoia loom large, and the only way for the cast to figure out what is going on is for them to work together. As the kids stumble closer to the truth, dread seeps into every corner of the ship, and they find out what really happens when a reality show loses its grip on reality. So this book it's really good. It has hints of romance a little bit, and it's just like a YA book, regular YA book, but it's just set into space. It's kind of like the TV show Big Brother, but except for teens, and they all think they're actually in space, so that's pretty cool. It does have a pretty big twist at the end, I would say, honestly. Really good book. I'm not sure if there's a book 2, but there's probably not. This book was really good, and it has a kind of cool writing style where it's kind of like a set on a TV show. Or not a set, just like a script, because you have the character's name and then what they said. It's pretty cool. It was really fun to read, and it's kind of humor, I would say, honestly. So let's get on to the next book. So this next book is called Burning Midnight by Will McIntosh. This book is really cool. This book it's a pretty good twist on reality because it's set in modern day, but there is a twist, so I'll get into it. 70-year-old David Sullivan's life is about to change, all because of one tiny priceless item found in the murky bottom of a broken water tower. Sully is a sphere dealer at a flea market. It doesn't pay much. Alex Holiday's stores have muscled out most of the independent sellers, but it helps him and his mom make rent. No one knows where the brilliant colored spheres came from. One day they were just there, hidden all over the earth like huge gemstones. Earn a pair, and they make you a little bit better, an inch taller, skilled at math, better looking. The rarer the spheres, the more expensive and greater the improvement. When Sully meets Hunter, a girl with a natural talent for finding spheres, the two start searching together. One day they find a gold, a rare color that no one has ever seen. And when Alex Holiday learns of what they have, he will go to any lengths and will use all of his wealth and power to take it from him. There's no question that the gold is worth millions, but what does it actually do? None of them is aware of it yet. But the fate of the world rests on this little golden orb. Because all the world fights over the spheres, but no one knows actually where they came from, what their powers are, or why they're here. So, this book, it's kind of sci-fi, but at the start, it's definitely just real. It has a little bit of romance, not much violence. It's definitely your average middle grade book, but it's really good, honestly. Again, I do not know if there's a book 2, but I read this as a standalone book, and I think I'll keep it that way, honestly. And let's get into the last book. So this last book is called 9. That's just a 9. It's by Zach Hines, and it's pretty good. All these books are kind of like reality, just with a little twist, and so is this one. So I'm going to read the back, and then I'm going to read the cover because they both have good information. In 1808, a world parallel to our own, a massive storm raged, altering the planet's atmosphere. When the rain finally ended, humanity emerged forever changed. Humans discovered that they did not only have one life, but 9. In order to avoid overpopulation, famine, and extinction of resources, governments devise a system of elimination in which humans are rewarded for shedding their extra lives bit by bit, until they're only left with one. Now, this is the actual book. That was just kind of an overview. In an alternate world, startlingly close to our own, humans have 9 lives, and they can't wait to burn straight through them. As you shed lives, you shed your awkward phases. One burn is equal to 1 physical and mental upgrade. Not only burning is a thrill, but when you wake up, you've taken one step closer to the person you dream of becoming. Julian's friends are obsessed with the idea of burning lives, but Julian is determined to stay on his first for as long as he can. His mother, the ultimate cautionary tale, burned through her first 8 in just a few years, and Julian has no intention of succumbing to debilitating rebirth sickness that she inflicted on herself. But the regime has incentives aimed at controlling overpopulation, and Julian realizes that he's going to have to burn them at some point, especially when he becomes a target for Nicholas, the manipulative leader of the burners. Julian eventually succumbs to the pressure, but in doing so, he uncovers suspicious gaps in the rebirth system that may explain exactly why his mother went so far down in the rabbit hole years ago. Along with a group of students, Julian sets out to find answers and is soon on the verge of exposing the greatest conspiracy ever unleashed on the world. So, again, this book, like all of them, is really good. This book especially, it's kind of like a mystery book, but it definitely has adventure elements and even like a tiny hint of romance. So, all these books are either sci-fi or real life with a twist. So I think all of these are really good books just to read once or just to read a couple times, because there's no series, there's nothing to really go deep into unless you really want to reread the book and get all the tiny details, I guess. So that about wraps up this video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, and click the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified every time we upload. We're uploading almost 3 days a week, and we really want to get out the high quality uploads for you guys. So I want you guys to tell us down in the comments if you have read any of these books and how you like them. And definitely try and read some of these books because they're all really good. See you guys. Bye.